I've seen the future.
Hey everybody, it's Colette Baron-Reid. Welcome to this week's Universal Energy Forecast and Oracle card lesson for the week of March the 19th. And we have the most awesome new Oracle card deck that's been created with myself and Alberto Villaldo and Marcela Lobos. It's called the Mystical Shaman Oracle, and it's going to be out at the end of this month. So I'm very excited to be able to introduce this to you and start getting you accustomed to working with this deck. And obviously over on my Facebook page too, you've been seeing me using these cards for a while now. So let's do the reading. I chose 4 cards from the deck at random, and it's going to tell us a story about what we need to focus on this week and what we could be influenced by. Now, the first card, which I like to call the anchor card, is the Time Master. Now, the Time Master speaks to the sense that we have of time and space when we have certain ideas about the when of things. That, we think sometimes we're running out of time, or that we have to have things done by deadlines, which many of us do. But this speaks much more about the greater picture of your life and your intentions and how you want to manifest them in the outer world. So this tells you that the Time Master is your friend. You will never run out of time. And it reminds you as well that time is cyclical. Sometimes things come around again that you think are gone forever. So remember that the Time Master comes to remind all of us that there's divine appropriate timing that may not always be in alignment with our wants, but they will always give us what we need. The second card is called the Tree of Life. Beautiful, beautiful card. And reminds us about being grounded. So it's one thing to have ambition and to have an intention. And it's another thing to be grounded in authenticity as opposed to having a shallow desire that stems from something that is superficial and only on the surface, and you haven't really looked deeper into your motives or why you want something. So this reminds us as well too that we can resist or weather any storm if our roots are deep, if our authenticity is true, and if we are like the tree, both flexible and rigid. We can be both, but we're very rooted in the depth of the desire, the intention, the motive, and as I said, the deeper layers of the desire and intention that we want to see outpictured in the world. Now, the next card is the Seer. So the Seer tells us that our intuition, that first sense I like to call it, is a navigational aspect of the human being that does not work with the same map as intellect. Intellect follows logic. So the left brain, or the idea that we have to see a logical conclusion to the things that we set in motion, a level of control, et cetera, this tells us no. Now we want to go curious into the world. We want to use our intuition, throw away our map altogether, and really trust that we're going to get a nudge, even if that nudge is to say, stay still for a bit when we want to forge ahead. It's really trusting that still small voice inside us that gives us a vision of things that don't always make sense, and they don't have to, because we don't need to know the how, we just need to know the movement. Okay, the next right action. I love this card. Again, this is my favorite. You're gonna get so sick of me saying this is my favorite card, but it's my favorite card. So the middle world reminds us about the world we actually live in. That sometimes we see it as a bubble and we're too close to it. So we're talking about concrete reality. The things that we see, we call conditions of our reality. And it reminds us that that's all, everything in front of us was created by something that was stimulated in the past. But it's also has an indication that what we see is also related to our future. The thing is that we have a relationship between our conscious universe, or ourselves, and well, it is our conscious universe, but ourselves and the conscious universe, where we have a co-creative partnership where we influence outer reality. This reminds us that we influence that, we can influence that. two pillars of truth. One, I create my own reality, and two, I have to surrender to life on life's terms. So this reminds us of that dance, that if we trust this process, that we will see our intentions. If they are rooted deep in our authenticity and our truth, and we trust our intuition of the next right action, this particular week, we're gonna see some evidence. So this is really the card of evidence in our world. We're gonna see concrete evidence that's gonna show up for us. I also like to look at this card when you see it in relationship to the story in motion of all four cards as a reminder of synchronicity, because we don't know how that stuff shows up in our outer life. We think we do. Oh, if I do X and then I do Z, I'm gonna get A, or 1 + 2 = 3. But sometimes 1 + 2 = 11. And that's like so not what we would expect, because that's this kind of world. The invisible world is the one that we have to trust, that's going to mirror in our external world things that we may not have been conscious or aware of that were going on behind the scenes. But again, reminding us that we have a role to play in that. So synchronicity is that magical stuff of the universe that we start to see, but we do have a part in that. Nothing is random. It never is. Take care. Have a great day. And if you like this video, subscribe to my channel and share this with your friends, and please leave a comment. I love to read them. And isn't this deck beautiful? I think so.
I've seen the future. It's beautiful.